What's going on, guys? It's Jason Levinson with Keller Williams here in Denver, and today we're going to talk about pros and cons of living here in Denver. Let's jump into it. All right, so I've been here for the last year, and I come from a small town, and one of the first big cons of living in Denver is the traffic. We're not LA here by any means, but traffic does back up. Some of our highways get pretty backed up, and it can add 15 to 20 minutes to your commute time, depending on how bad that traffic is. Usually it's not standstill. Usually it is moving, but it does back up, and it's something to keep in mind. And besides just traffic, Denver Metro is a really big area. And, the average commute time here, according to the Census Bureau, of course, is 25 minutes. And for some of you, you may be thinking, wow, that's really nothing at all. But for people that come from a smaller town, it took me 15 minutes to get from one side of town to the other, where here that can be an hour. But most of the time you don't have to go across town because everything is here. And that brings me to my next pro. So everything's here. Everything. If you are into a certain hobby, like to shop at a certain store, eat somewhere specific, eat a certain type of food, it's here. And that's one of the most convenient things. If you ever need anything, you can probably get it locally, which is a great benefit and something that I personally love about living here in Denver. With everything being here, there are a lot of people here. Lots and lots of people here. Things get crowded. Traffic, malls, biking trails, running trails, even just walking trails in neighborhoods are busier than normal. Your superstore runs are going to be a little more busy, especially, during the holidays. It's just something to keep in mind. If you don't like necessarily being crowded or a lot of people around, it may not be the place for you. There are a lot of people around mostly all the time. Another pro of living in Denver is actually our airport. We have DIA, the Denver International Airport. It's really a great airport, and it's about 30 to 45 minutes outside of town in the northeastern corner of town. So if you live on the west side, it might be a little bit harder and take a little bit more commute time to get to that airport, but it's really not bad. Also, if you don't want to drive and pay for parking, which can add up if you're taking a long trip, you can take our light rail system, which is fairly inexpensive. I believe it's about $10 for a ticket, and that'll get you there in 45 minutes to an hour. Again, depending on where you are, could be longer. So all things to look into, but DIA is a great place to fly in and out of. And if you like conspiracy theories, a lot of conspiracy theories around the airport, definitely something to look into. I'm not much of a conspiracy guy myself, but they're interesting. Another great perk of living here in Colorado, another pro to the list, would be our weather. We have 245 days of sun on average per year. It's awesome. Now, with that great weather, there's a con as well. We do get snow here, and it does get kind of cold. So this year we got 80 inches of snow through a 9-month period. And usually we have about 9 months where we can see snow. That's usually September-ish to May-ish, and 2 times in history we've even seen snow in June. But we do get about 80 inches a year, roughly. This was a little bit more of a wet year. That snow, when it does come, it does melt pretty quickly. We sometimes on a snowstorm get 3 to 6, sometimes even up to a foot of snow. That'll usually go away within 2 to 3 days, because once that snowstorm comes, we get followed with sun. So we do get, even in the winter, we get stints of warmer weather, gets up in the 50s, sometimes even the 60s. And when you've lived here for a while, the 40s isn't all that bad, but occasionally it does drop down into, under freezing digits, mostly in the nighttime, and sometimes even below zero. Doesn't happen often, but it's something to know. Now, if you're an outdoorsy person, we have everything. Throughout the year, we have plenty of things to do outdoors. During the summer, mountain biking, disc golf, running, hiking. We have great mountain biking and road biking trails, as well as hiking trails, really scattered throughout Denver. Also, if you're into skiing or snowboarding, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 hills within 3 hours, and I think our closest one is about an hour and a half from, about the center of Denver on a good day without traffic. So if you're into skiing and snowboarding, you can get up there really fast. You can get the Icon or the Epic ski passes and, hit Winter Park, Vail, Breckenridge, Loveland, whatever gets you down the hill. Even if you're not into some of these more extreme sports, like skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, There's plenty of walking trails here as well if you just want to get outside and enjoy the weather. Most of the cities here inside of Denver Metro do have some great walking systems, walking trails that are well maintained. You can go as long or as short as you like, and it's a really good way to get outside. Okay, let's talk about some more of the business serious sides of living here in Denver. Colorado as a state has some great education. And when I was doing my research, I found out that we were ranked the 5th best state for education. Some of the great districts that we have are Cherry Creek School District, Douglas County School District, Littleton Public Schools, and Boulder Valley School Districts. One of the big cons about living here is Denver's a fairly expensive place to live. Last year alone in 2020, we saw an 11% increase in housing. Our average home price here is $621,000 as of April in 2021. Just on the average price single-family home here in Denver, you're looking at, with a 20% down payment, you're looking at about a $2,500 a month mortgage. Now that is including tax and insurance. And even though it does cost a little bit more to live here than other places, one of the other great benefits of living here is there's more opportunity. Census shows that on average, compared to the United States, people in Denver made about 15% more doing the same job. So hopefully that applies to you and it'll help offset some of the costs of living here. I personally am so happy that I moved here to Denver about a year ago. I am a Colorado native and I've been here in Colorado my whole life, but I was in a smaller town south of Denver and only came up here for, sports games, Coors Field, the Rockies games, Broncos games, and the occasional meeting with a family member or something like that. But I personally am so happy about my move here, and I hope you guys give it a chance. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out to me personally. I'm happy to help. My info is below. Feel free to reach out there. All right, guys, that is it for the pros and cons of Denver. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Please subscribe for more content like this. And also leave a comment below and let me know what part of Denver you've been looking. Did this help determine anything for you? I hope it did. If not, let me know what city you're looking at, and maybe I'll do that one next as a pros and cons of why you should live in Littleton or Denver City or Parker or Evergreen, maybe Highlands Ranch. I'd love to look into it more for you guys and give you the content you're looking for. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys would like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.